And now we move on to a show that I'm actually surprised I'm even covering at all here, since when I looked up that Aardman were involved with DC Nation Shorts, I just figured that they were a producer who were involved with making the series and were just helping out. But no, they actually did produce a series of their own shorts in their own style for this variety show. And I'm sure glad they did, because this is one of the funniest things I've ever seen them do. Appropriately so, because the actual series itself they did is called DC World's Funnest. Essentially, this is basically a return to their Creature Comforts format, with having a group of people, in this case all children, just give a random bunch of unconnected anecdotal testimonials about whatever they feel like talking about, and then inserting them back into animations about unrelated things.
I'm not really a sporty person. I can fly. I do running.
I don't know why he wears his pants over his costume. Maybe it's a fashion statement. He goes to karate.
However, in this case, they make it seem like it's the characters from the DC universe saying these things. This is already a really funny concept, as Creature Comforts has shown us in the past, but inserting them into very silly looking versions of Batman, Superman, or the Joker, it makes it absolutely hilarious, especially since they mostly got British kids to do this, as you would imagine. Though admittedly the guy who played Batman this year was British, and so was the last guy to play Superman for that matter, so maybe it's not that all weird. Even so, hearing these comments come out of the mouths of these characters, even if they're leaning into the comedy angle with having them look like that, is still a ton of fun, and it works because usually in Creature Comforts, the kids were the funniest part about the show.
My mum likes them. And I like them. We both like them. Lots of the superheroes wear masks to protect their identity or identity.
It's also cool to see these particular characters done in Aardman's own style, but still done with their own particular flair to them. Like with the Joker looking like Krusty the Clown, and Batman and Robin, I'm not even quite sure how to describe what they look like unless they were trying to actually emulate the way they looked in Only Fools and Horses in a stop-motion form. Admittedly, I think the testimonials used in this series are a bit more scripted than they were in Creature Comforts, as they seem to refer to specific characters and circumstances that would only fit within this setting.
Hey you! Are you the Joker?
Which admittedly I'm not really a fan of the idea of Creature Comforts having rehearsed testimonials, but in fairness this isn't really Creature Comforts, it's its own thing. Plus it does actually make them quite funny. The animation also seems a little bit different from Aardman's previous style. I'm not quite sure how to describe it, but the way the intro is animated has this very almost psychedelic feel to it, like they're not made out of plasticine anymore, they're made out of liquid. It looks really strange, but also really cool. The animation in the series itself is a bit more typical than what you would expect from Aardman, but I don't know, something about it looked a little bit different. I can't quite put my finger on it, but something about the motions and the actual shape of the various characters, something about it just seems a bit different, but I like it. Admittedly, I would have liked to have seen what they would have done if they had them look more like if they were in a serious DC show, so having them be more realistically proportioned and having them look more cool but still say these things like they were children. That would have been a lot more fun, though I suppose in a way that's what the Lego Batman movie was about, so I guess we did get that after all. I am so glad that Warner Brothers approached Aardman to do this, because it's a really odd idea, but it really worked, and it's always good to see DC poking fun at themselves, because they do tend to take themselves a lot more seriously and are less inclined to make fun of themselves or have a sense of humour about their own world. So it's great to see them actually willing to poke fun at themselves. But it's always good to see an Aardman show that is always really funny. Unfortunately, the next one we have on this year's Aardmay can't quite make that same claim.